took so long, but the title is coming home. I'm LeBron. I'm the king of my city. I'm LeBron. I'm the king of my city. Dues paid, moves made, we own. Sorry it took so long, but I'm bringing the title home. I'm LeBron. I'm the king of my city. I'm LeBron. I'm the king of my city. Anything you do, I could do it better. Instead of coming together to get this cheddar. Youngins is wild and they going. Pop a pill, do some wet, catch a body, forget it all in the morning. Malcolm X was born here, put his life on the line. Every time I try to help, I feel a knife in my spine. Corn Huskers, born hustle inside us, period. We embody the champ, my city fighters, period. Throne holder, whole city on my shoulders. I got us, I promise I'm never tipping over. I ain't stopping till my city on the post. All grit, no four-leaf clovers. We been a threat, now we on they neck. Applying pressure, you can see them sweat. Yeah. Omaha, we on deck. The title home, and this is the title song. Yeah. Dues paid, moves made, we on. Sorry it took so long, but the title is coming home. I'm LeBron. I'm the king of my city. I'm LeBron. I'm the king of my city.
Good afternoon and welcome to Memorial Stadium, where today we have the 2020 Virtual Spring Game presented by First National Bank, the official bank of Husker Nation. We are going to have the best of the best Cornhuskers of all time duel today in the red-white spring game. Going to have some fun over the next couple of hours. We begin our pregame festivities, though. We'll have a performance of our national anthem. Today's national anthem being performed by national champion and a member of the Nebraska Football Hall of Fame, Steve Warren.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's a football Saturday at Memorial Stadium, and there is no place like Nebraska as we listen in to the Cornhusker Marching Band.
The Husker Power Chant is one of our favorite pregame traditions, and there can't be a spring game without Husker Power, so I called some of my friends to help.
Husker! Power! Husker! Power!
Husker!
Power! Husker! Power! Husker!
Power!
Husker! Power!
Go Big Red!
Go Big Red! Go Big Red!
Well, all the pregame festivities now behind us. Herbie leads the Huskers out on the field. We are going to see quite a collection of Cornhuskers in this matchup today. All the greats down through the years of Husker football set to match up here today at Memorial Stadium as they will watch a collection of athletes in this grand palace that they have never seen before. The Red will kick it away. Chris Brown has it lined up, sails one toward the end zone, and taking a knee is the White squad, who will come out, quarterbacked by Eric Crouch, guy who's had quite a couple of weeks, Hall of Fame for the college football.
Well, he's a good guy to lead the white team today, Greg. These two teams, just talent everywhere, and Crouch tries to drop back and throw that one, but of course he's going to take off and run.
And gets rocked. Barrett Rude part of that tackle there, but looks like he got enough for a first down on this first play from scrimmage. Still a tough guy that number 7 is.
Well, his arms look pretty big. He's
got some
pretty
guns.
Yoked up in this one.
It's a 1st and 10 ball between the 36 and the 37 for the White. Amon Green, the back. Little option run, but Crouch gets buried in the backfield. What a good play made by the Red defense that time. Knocking him down, he'll lose a couple yards.
Barrett Rudin on that one. Looks like he has a neck roll on.
Yeah, I think he still does. Still wearing the neck rolls.
Crouch in the shotgun in this one too, Greg. Man.
You gotta like
Line
that.
him up back there and give him a chance to go downhill. That's pretty dangerous.
2nd and 13 for the White opening drive of the game here in this virtual spring game presented by First National Bank. Crouch now checking off. Back to throw. Step, throws it in the flat. Amon Green with a catch. Gets up the sideline. Breaks a tackle near first down. He'll be just shy. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the White.
It's a heck of a team put together over here on the White side with Darrell White, Will Shields, Dave Remington, Dean Steinkühler, and Kevin Clark on the offensive line.
Wow. Under center this time is Crouch. Green the deep back. He gets the handoff. He's got a first down. Finally brought down by double nickel. That's Jason Peter on the tackle for the Red defense. Still can play a little bit, can JP.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to look like in 20 years.
It's 1st and 10 for the White. Ball right at midfield as we're just getting underway here on our virtual spring game. Crouch takes the shotgun. Salmon again gets those happy feet and scrambles for about 5-6 yards. Collides again with Barrett Rude right up the middle, along with Trev Alberts.
Trev Alberts and Barrett Rude. You don't want to face those two guys, huh?
Pretty good combination of linebackers there for that Red. Look at that 4-man defensive front for the Red on 2nd and 6. Crouch again gets the snap. Plenty of time. Now he's going to scramble and gets tripped up and goes down. Larry Jacobson from behind trips him. Look at Larry with throwing some mini bones there.
Celebration time. Can't get a flag, Larry. I mean, you just can't.
No.
Can't do that on your home turf.
So the White now faced with a 3rd and 11. Big play. They've already converted 1 3rd down on this drive, but that was a 3rd and short. Crouch lines up on the shotgun. Wide receivers left and right. Man in motion, Stanley Morgan. Back to throw is Crouch in the flat. Finds him on green. Stood up and stopped short of the first down. Good play made on the edge by Keo Craver out there on the side.
3rd and 11 is not where you want to be against this defense, Greg.
All right, going to punt the ball away. Sam Foltz back in punt formation. Gets the snap. Hangs one up. And finds the end zone. That's a booming kick from Foltz. So the Red offense will come out and take over now. Tommy Frazier. The wonderful Tommy Frazier ready to lead the Red attack. He'll have Mike Rozier and Amir Abdullah in the backfield throughout this game today. Here's the handoff to Rozier. The Heisman Trophy winner goes for about 10 on first down, right up the middle behind a good offensive line led by center Dominic Raiola.
Raiola and Taylor and Wiegert, Brown and Crenshaw. I mean, that's a heck of an offensive line. And you put Frazier and Rozier behind him with Makovica? Come on.
Doesn't seem fair, does it?
I don't know how they're going to be stopped today.
2nd and short, under center Tommy this time. Gives it off to Rozier. Hit in the backfield. He'll be dropped for a loss. What a nice play. Mike Brown firing through. Boy, there's an old team in here. Mike Brown making a play in the backfield.
Maybe the best tackler in the history of the program, Mike Brown, especially in the open field. Just a killer. He and Barrett Rude, maybe the best 2 tacklers ever here.
Got finished off by Levante David, another guy that knows what he's doing too.
He might be right there. 1, 2, and 3.
3rd and 3. Dominic jumping around up front, but gets back in time. And now another movement up front. Was that Rich Glover maybe jumping off sides? That may be no, they're going to say they were drawn off. So 3rd and 8. Big call right there.
8. I just hope we get through this one without a brawl between Raiola and Sue.
Could happen, right? All right, so now 3rd and 8 for the Red offense, led by Tommy Frazier. He's in the shotgun, gets the snap. Tommy looking to throw, gets hit and sacked. Carlos Polk firing through there with a sack.
He wants to eat.
Feed him, feed him.
Feed the man. He came on a blitz. Tommy didn't see him coming. Dropped him to the turf.
What a start by this white defense. That set of black shirts comes up big. Red's going to have to punt the ball away. Sam Cook will stand at the goal line to kick this one away.
Crowd seems confused right now, Greg. Don't know who to cheer for.
Yeah, I mean, big plays on both sides. Juan Gross back deep. Waits for the kick to come down. Gets it at the 39. Boy, he runs over a couple of Red defenders into the Red territory at the 47-yard line. Boy, that was a physical run.
Really was.
Gross.
Really was. Great pad level on that punt return.
So here's Crouch and the white offense back. We're 4 minutes into this game. No score.
Under center now.
Hands it off. And that's Amon Green powering off the right side for just a yard. Not happy that he couldn't get more.
I feel like these offenses are just figuring the defense out right now, Greg. They always say defense wins championships, but I think there's going to be some points scored today.
Oh, Charlie McBride is not liking that comment. Back to throw is Crouch from under center. Sets, throws, pass, sails out of bounds, incomplete. 3rd and 9.
Good coverage out there on the edge.
Keo Craver out there for that Red defense. So here we go, 3rd and long again for the white. Crouch now checking off. Back pedals out in the flat. Amon Green stuffed and stopped. It'll be 4th down. Another good play.
Another 3rd and 11. Back-to-back possessions where the white team drove the ball past midfield, but forced with a 3rd down, and they throw a screen pass both times.
Interesting calls. So now White's going to punt it back to the Red.
I don't know who these coordinators are.
They're being questioned in a spring game. How about that? Tough crowd. Sam Foltz for his 2nd punt. Hangs one up. Last one found the end zone. This one will do the same thing. Can't pin him in deep. So Foltz.
Too strong.
Yeah, too big of a leg. So the Red offense back out at the 20-yard line. If you want to celebrate along with us today, we want you to post some photos at hashtag GBR United. Tommy finds a man in the flat. Good pass out in the flat. Caught by Junior Miller.
Big fella Junior. They've split him out, Greg, over the numbers and hit him with a little hitch. That's a big man to bring down in the open field.
No safety wants to see him back there. Tommy steps, throws, pass. This is another catch made on the near side. Is that Irving Fryer? I believe maybe made that catch. Tommy.
Pretty good combination. They're just letting Tommy Frazier drop back and throw it now like he's Zach Taylor.
Now they're out near midfield as the Red offense, 48-yard line. Irving Fryer could play in his day, right? Man, what a player. Under center's Frazier. Back to throw. Stetz throws it out the flat. Oh, that's nearly picked off.
Who was that, Greg?
He's fortunate that he didn't have that picked off. Is that Fabian Washington?
I think it might have been.
Oh, Fabian wants that one back.
Could have been a pick six.
Dangerous throw. Frazier lucky to get it back. Has an offset eye. Hands it off. Rozier bouncing to the outside, and he's planted. Good tackle made by, well, that's Fabian Washington right there on the tackle.
It's like he didn't even see him coming, Greg. Hit him right in the backfield and dropped him 3rd and long again. Defense came to play today.
They are. 9:15 left first quarter. Nothing on the board yet between the red and the white. Shotgun look for Frazier. Back penalty. Gets hit as he throws, and it flutters incomplete.
I think they'll call it incomplete.
Rich Glover firing through there to hit him.
Nearly a fumble.
Glover and Sue on the front line.
Not even fair.
Wow. So another punt coming up here. Sam Cook launches one down the field. And wow, that kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
How about that NFL career?
Oh, the pride of Seward. Nebraska's Sam Cook. Crouch gets the shotgun snap. Gonna scramble. He's dangerous, as we know. He gets a first down up to the 35-yard line. Boy, that guy can still run.
He just sees a little gap and shoots through it, gets upfield, breaks a tackle, always falls forward to get the extra yards.
How about the offensive line of the white that he gets to run behind, getting the snap every time from Dave Remington?
Dave Remington right in the middle, Will Shields and Dean Steinkühler at the guards. Come on.
Wow. 1st and 10 from the 36. Crouch again, now scrambles right. Breaks one tackle, breaks another. Barrett Root brings him down. But no, he's still going. How about that? Barrett thought he had him down at the 40.
Resilient. Put a hand down, kept going.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Nearly midway through this first quarter. Under center this time is Crouch. Gives it off to Amon Green. A little hesitation and near a first down. He is number 30. Great tailback from Omaha.
Another decent drive here from the white. The sidelines are a little dead right now. The player's just standing there.
Need a big play to happen. One way or the other. 3rd and inches. Offset eye. Crouch under center. Hands it off. Green. And bounces just enough for a first down. He fights off the tackle of Demario Williams.
It's a hard hit right there. It looked like a little woozy when he got up from that one, Greg.
Demario will hit you.
He will. Aggressive.
1st and 10. Again, Amon Green to the outside. And again brought down by Demario Williams. Demario putting on a clinic here right now. Jerry Murtaugh also off the bottom of the pile. Jerry, of those great 1970-71 teams.
I'm sure Jerry didn't say anything to him when he dropped him.
Jerry's always talking. Come on. 2nd and 10. Crouch, empty set, gets the shotgun snap, rolls out, and he gets brought down. A sandwich there as Grant Wistrom, Larry Jacobson combine on the tackle.
These defenses are ready to play today, Greg. But I have to tell you, in these spring games, a lot of times the defense kind of knows the calls of the offense. We always felt like they were cheating.
Sure.
We changed the play. They knew the calls. They see us every day. But what they don't know is we have a few tricks up our sleeve, and I think the offense is going to get it going.
All right, 3rd and long here for Eric Crouch. Back, time to throw, down the middle of the field. Pass caught, Nate Swift. Big play to the 20-yard line of the red.
Swifty, deep down the middle. Crouch threw a strike. That'll drive a defensive coordinator crazy. A 3rd and 15, and the white team picks it up.
Beautiful throw. Nate Swift had a ton of catches in his Husker career. The Minnesotan. 1st and 10 from the 20. Crouch under center. Green the deep back. And whistles. Got a flag on the play. Ball start.
These penalties will drive Coach Osborne crazy.
Well, at some point in time, you got to think Johnny Rogers is going to get involved in this white offense. Too big a big play guy to not get his hands on the football a few times.
Empty backfield.
Crouch loves this, as he can take off and run or throw, as he does there. Pass complete out inside the 15-yard line as he finds Kyler Reed, tight end, into the game.
Kyler Reed with an appearance.
How about that? Gets into the game. 2nd down and short at the 12. Best scoring opportunity of the game with 6:25 to go in the opening quarter. Here's Amon Green to the outside. Boy, gets rocked, but might have enough for a first down. He got popped at the end of that play. But I think might have been Nate Gary lowering the boom there on Amon, but it's a first down for the first and goal for the White.
Some hard hits already early in this one.
Nate Gary was known to be let go of some games because of the hits that he had. A little targeting rule. Here's a throw to the end zone, and he threw it out of the back of the end zone.
Early exits.
Some were maybe not warranted. We could debate those.
I believe that they were not warranted.
All right, second and goal. Offset eye. Handoff. Nope. Crouch rolling out. And he takes a big shot from Grant Wistrom. 98 with a big lower.
It was just a matter of time before Wistrom showed up in this game, and he did in a big way right there, Greg. In the red zone, and Wistrom with a huge play.
Oh, now third and goal. Can the red defense hold him to 3 here? White trying to crack the scoreboard first in this game. Crouch again, tapping the hip. Back to throw. Plenty of time. Throws. Pass is nearly picked off. Incomplete. Boy, that was nearly an INT for Nate Gary. The red defense is going to hold the White to a field goal try. And here's Alex Henry coming onto the field. This will be a 33-yard field goal attempt. Former walk-on from Omaha. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Whites cracks the scoreboard first. They lead it 3-0. Nice drive, but the red defense has to like the way they slammed the door on that. So now Henry to kick it away. And this one will sail into the end zone, and down for taking a knee is Bobby Newcomb. So the red offense, let's see if they can get this thing going. We've seen some sacks from this. Both sides, a lot of hard hitting early in this game. Carlos Polk had the big sack to stop the last red drive.
You got to think these offensive lines are going to start putting in some work, though. A lot of big weapons on offense. Big plays could happen with just one missed tackle.
Tommy Frazier certainly can get you big plays. He fires a short pass, caught by Joel Makovica, the fullback, still with that big neck roll behind him back there. Gain of only a yard.
What a great fullback he is. Not known for catching it that much. A small target out there.
Yeah, you got to really look to find him sometimes. 2nd and 9. Frazier, plenty of time. Throws, pass, caught. That's a first down. Kenny Bell hauls in that catch. Takes a pop at the end of that.
One of the all-time greats, Kenny Bell.
Best hairdo of all time?
Possibly.
Right in
He's
the top.
right there.
Yeah.
I don't know how the helmet gets on.
Yeah. All right, 1st and 10. Tommy Frazier engineering this drive out near the 40. Play actions to Amir. Step, throws, pass, knocked away. Whoa, what a big hit at the end of that play.
Targeting.
I don't think you're going to get that call right there.
Hit him right in the head.
It was a big-time hit. All right, 2nd and 10. Tommy now checking off.
Motion.
Sending Fryer in motion. Gets the snap. Throws it away. Threw it into the bench area. No. Says Ralph Brown.
Crowd is silent right now. They're waiting for some big plays.
3rd and 10. The 38 for the red.
Similar play. Motion Fryer into the slot.
Move a long count. Backpedaling, hit and dropped. Oh, there's a sack for the White squad. Willie Harper off the edge to get the sack that time. Big hit. Ed Stewart also involved.
Didn't see him coming, Greg. Frazier took one right in the chops. Did they call it a fumble? I think they did.
Oh, boy.
And the red team got on it.
Picked it up. Zach Wiegert in the right spot to grab that football. So a disaster averted by the red. Couple of sacks on Tommy early in this game from the White defense. Here's Sam Cook with another punt for the red. So far, the Whites getting the better of this game. Another good return by Gross. Gets it across the 40.
He's just straight lining it right up the field. Doesn't matter who he runs into.
Putting that head down and going. All right, Crouch under center this time. Hands it off Amon Green. He fights forward for nearly 10 yards. Gets up after colliding with Prince Amukamara at the end of that play.
First round draft choice, great NFL career. One of the best corners ever.
Sure is. Some huge games. That defense that Prince played on that 09 defense, one of the best of all time. Crouch gets the shotgun snap with a new set of downs to work with, fires a short pass. Caught again, I think it's Nate Swift with the grab for a short gain of, well, more than short. About 8 yards for Nate Swift. 2 big catches for him in the first quarter.
Crouch throwing well early.
BBs.
This white team has moved the ball, but only 3 points to show for it.
Getting late first quarter. Crouch gets the shotgun snap, throws in the flat. Oh! Is that picked off? It is. Prince Amukamara with the INT down the sideline, and he gets caught by Crouch. There's your first turnover of the game. Crouch can't believe it.
He wants to run the option instead of throwing it. That one, Prince stepped in front. Good thing Crouch has that speed to run him down.
Yeah, it would have been 6 the other way. Prince will hear about not scoring after getting that pick on the guys on the sideline, but the Red now in business at the 28-yard line. So your first turnover of the game, it's an INT for the Red defense. And Frazier immediately sacked. There's that combination of Glover and Sue and Carlos Polk also creating problems up the middle.
And Ed Stewart as well. Man, this defense is tough.
Rich Glover, boy, could he play. Part of that game of the century in 1971. The Jersey boy, Rich Glover, making an impact play there, loss of 3.
He looks big.
He does. Not sure he's quite that tall. He's about that big, but maybe not quite that tall. Tommy under center. He's tapping the hip. Little delayed handoff to Burkhead. Rex breaking a couple of tackles. Gets it down around the 25-yard line. Sets up 3rd and 8 now for the Red. They are, though, in field goal range for possible tying kick. Back to throw is Tommy on 3rd and 8.
Plenty of time.
Steps, throws.
Caught.
Oh, my, what a grab down the field. Bobby Newcomb with the catch. In around the 10-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal.
He shushed the crowd after that one, too. Did a great job coming back to the ball about 20 yards.
Why do you shush your own crowd, I wonder?
I think he was shushing the defenders, maybe. I don't know. A lot of trash talking going on.
Oh, you know it. Those are your teammates out there doing that. 1st and goal at the 8. Mears in the backfield this time with Tommy. Frazier back. Now going to scramble. Look out. 5-yard line, and he's near the goal line. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Ball inside the 1. I'd like to see Tommy run a little bit more, I think, here.
Yeah, we've tried to turn him into an NFL arm today and working on his game, but we know where his strengths are.
Under center's Frazier. Turns, hands it off Rozier, and he is in there. That's a touchdown. Mike Rozier, 1 yard out. Boy, he did that plenty in his Husker career. And the Red has taken the lead, and they've turned that turnover, Matt, into points.
They did. It's going to be 7-6 Red team after this extra point.
And the kick is up and good. So a 7-3 Red lead with 1:57 to go in the first quarter. So the White now back on offense. You need to go back to that 1995 spring game that Tommy Frazier and Tom Osborne threw the football a lot that day. He had so many quarterbacks he wanted to see him throw. Oh, there's a big hit by Larry Jacobson, fighting off the blocker to knock down Eric Crouch.
Yeah, a lot of times in spring games you want to protect the quarterbacks a little bit from getting hit all the time, so maybe throw it a little bit more than normal. Work on the game a little bit.
2nd down and 12 from the 23, a 7-3 Red lead here in our 2020 virtual spring game presented by First National Bank. There's an incomplete pass. Keo Craver again making some plays.
Barely another turnover by the White team.
That would have been disastrous for
and
the White.
3rd and 12. We've seen a lot of 3rd and longs in this game.
Crouch gets the shotgun snap. He's hit and dropped. Another sack. That off the edge is, well, it's got to be
unsure.
Fabian, right?
Baron Miles, 14. Who is that?
That could be Baron Miles. You're right.
I'm not sure.
It is Baron Miles on the sack.
Boom.
Pull my script up right there. You're right, it is. So Sam Folt's going to have to punt. Inside now the last minute of the opening quarter. And this is returnable for Bobby Newcomb. He gets across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line when he's knocked down there. Corey Schlesinger
Newcomb won a couple games for us in special teams back in the day. At Kansas one year, a couple big returns, a big touchdown catch late in the game. Big punt return against Missouri in '97, which got us in position for the final drive.
Here's Rex. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Rex has him with Super Bowl rings. He wear that around a lot. I'm sure he probably has it somewhere.
I'm guessing he doesn't wear it, knowing him, but he probably just wants to try to get another one to add to the collection.
Abdul on a delayed handoff. He has a first down. Herbie liking what he sees. Ball inside the 40-yard line of the White. Red trying to punch a little hole in this game. 30 seconds left in the quarter.
Double wing formation.
Frazier steps, throws, pass, caught.
Strong arm from Tommy today.
He's firing.
Really got the noodle warmed up before the game.
Irving Fryer with a catch there. Irving went on to have a terrific NFL career, most of the time with the Patriots.
You have a #1 draft choice and the Heisman Trophy winner on the same team. How's that?
Seems ridiculous, doesn't it? 1st and 10 from the 21. Tommy gets the snap, gonna scramble, and breaks a tackle, and another, and then gets planted down by Carlos Polk. He gets about 4 yards, and that should be the end of the first quarter with the Red leading 7-3. So 1 quarter in the books here in our 2020 virtual game. 2nd and 6 to start the second quarter for the Red. They lead it 7-3. Tommy Frazier awaits the shotgun snap. Abdullah off to his left. Backpedaling is Tommy. Finds Amir. Brett busts off one tackler, but then gets knocked down. Rich Glover finished him off. Carlos Polk in the area as well. Sets up 3rd down and 9 for the Red. They're trying to add to their 7-3 lead.
Glover's able to go pressure the quarterback and still get out in the flat and make the play.
Sue didn't get the tackle down. Amir bounced off of the big fella.
Looks like Ndamukong might have grown a goatee.
Different look for 93. Tommy under center on 3rd and 9. Burkhead the back. Fryer in motion. Back to throw is Tommy. Throws, pass caught by Newcomb, but short of the first down. Might set up a field goal opportunity here for Chris Brown. And that's exactly what we're going to have. 30-yard attempt. Chris's kick is up and through the uprights. So the Red extends their lead to 10-3 over the White. So even though the White probably has more statistical yardage in this game, it's the Red up by a touchdown, thanks in part to that interception by Prince Amukamara. Another kick into the end zone to a knee, and the White will take over the 20-yard line.
Think about the specialists we've seen in this game so far with punting and kicking and the return men. I mean, just talent everywhere. This program was blessed for a long time with great punters and kickers and return specialists.
Crouch back to throw, now going to take off and run, and he has a big collision at the end of that play. It's like, again, Baron Miles off the bottom of the pile. Only a gain of a yard. Crouch taking some shots in this one. He's going to be sore tomorrow.
Yeah, he's tough. He's tough, though. Remember blood coming out of his mouth at Texas, the Big 12 championship game in '99. I'm not sure he knew it.
Good scramble there. Gets forward for a positive gain on the play.
Chewing gum during the game. Not like him.
2nd and 5. Under center this time. Now 3rd and 5, rather. Bounce back to throw. Steps, throws. Caught, but short of the first down. Red defense feeling their oats. Barrett Rude. Jason Peters celebrating. The guys that still live in the Lincoln area. See JP a lot. Good snap back.
Usually on the golf course.
Yep.
Or the driving range.
This is returnable. Newcomb gets upfield. Finally knocked down around the 35-yard line is Bobby Newcomb. You're right, Bobby had some big-time plays for Nebraska. Helped the Huskers win a handful of games during his great career. So the Red up 7 with the ball. Second quarter here in our virtual 2020 spring game presented by First National Bank. Here's a pass in the flat. Pass caught. Tommy liking that one. Gain of 2 only. 2nd and 8.
9 of 13 for Frazier.
Pretty good start to this one.
About 2 games worth.
Offset eye. Handoff goes
to somebody off the left side.
Trozier.
Was it?
Yeah. Mike fights his way, sets up third down and manageable here for the Red.
Definitely a rundown, right?
Burkhead now takes a spot of Rozier in the backfield.
Nope.
Tommy fires it over the middle. Pass caught. First down.
Well, now we know it's a spring game. 3rd and 1, and he drops back in the pocket, hits a crossing route.
Finds Irving Fryer. You could do flips for that. 1st and 10 for the Red. Near midfield. Up by 7. It's been a popular target for Tommy on this one. This time. Not much there. Good play made by the right defense against Husker.
Pretty on the sideline. He did that time. What a great play.
White flying to the football that time. Loss of a yard, in fact, on the play. 2nd and 11. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the near side. Burkhead is the back. Tommy with a long count. Now back to throw. Throws pass in the flat. Caught by Newcomb. First down as he's knocked out of bounds around the 38-yard line.
Wide open out there in the flat. Got a nice block from Irving Fryer.
Aaron Taylor helping him off the ground. AT, a college football Hall of Famer.
All-American at 2 positions. That's tough.
Tommy gets the snap. Gonna scramble. Not much. Brought down after a short gain. And Rich Glover offering some congrats that time.
Just talent everywhere. You look at these teams, and it just reminds you about how many great players have come through this program. It was hard to put the rosters together, I'm sure.
Had to be. Broderick Thomas.
I had nothing to do with it, obviously.
No. You being Broderick Thomas on that tackle. Here's Amir. He doesn't get a lot. Again, Broderick Thomas near the area along with Willie Harper. It sets up 3rd and 7.
Broderick Thomas.
Sandman.
That was one of the first players I remember as a kid watching was Broderick Thomas.
3rd and 7 for Frazier in the Red offense. Steps, throws, pass caught. Amir spins away from one defender but can't move it down the field any further, and it's stopped short. Mike Minter finishes off the play. 4th and 5. Long field goal attempt coming up here for Chris Brown. It's a 50-yarder. Does he have the leg? Snap down. The kick is sailing towards the uprights, and it is good. And the Red now leads at 13-3. A 50-yarder for Chris.
Hit that one on the screws, Greg. Right down the pipe. 10-point lead for the Red team.
What a beautiful day it is here at Memorial Stadium today as well. Bright sunshine splashing down on top of this crowd.
Yeah, typical for April.
Another touchback as the White offense needs to get it going. They were early, but only got the 1 field goal out of this. They're down 10 in this game with just over 10 to go in the first half. Can Eric Crouch get this thing fired up? They're going to go with a traditional I formation with Amon Green, the deep back. Amon, short game. Oh, he's still going, finding his way forward. Larry Jacobson finally wrestles him to the ground, but it's a gain of 6.
It's a pretty good collision with Amon Green and Larry Jacobson.
Like that. 2nd and 4 for the Crouch-led White offense. Fullback Schlesinger in motion. Back to throw is Eric. Going to tuck it and run, and he has a first down as he fights his way all the way to the 45-yard line. Finally knocked to the turf by Barrett Ruud.
That's where he was at his best. Open field, give him just a little crack, and he turned into a big play.
How good a tackler was Barrett Ruud? All-time tackler in Nebraska history.
Great tackler. Grew up right here in Lincoln.
Amon goes for 4.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Ball near midfield. Coming up on 9 minutes left in the first half. Watch under center. Amon Green lowers his helmet, runs over Trev Alberts and gets a first down.
That would never happen. Come on.
I find that hard to believe that Trev would get trucked like that in a play. 1st and 10 from the 41. Eric turns, hands it off. Not much. Wistrom with a tackle right there at the end of the play. Johnny Rogers. There's Johnny finally getting his hands on the football. They've got to find ways to get 20 involved.
Got to get the Jet the ball.
Didn't give him much room to operate there. And 98 put his big arms around him and dropped him after a gain of a yard. Crouch turns, fakes the handoff, going to scramble. Trev Alberts brings him down after the short gain this time. 3rd and 5 coming up. I think Crouch thinks maybe that face mask got grabbed. Says something to Trev on the way back to the
Happened
huddle.
at K-State, I know that.
It did. third and 5. Crouch with an empty set. Throws, pass caught. That's the first down inside the 25-yard line as Matt Harrion makes the catch. Matt Harrion was a heck of a tight end for Nebraska.
Big play guy. Pierce Blue Jay.
How about that? Good pull on that one.
Hey.
Pierce Blue Jays.
I did not have that one prepared.
Back to throw. Crouch scrambling away from Nate Gary's got another first down. Finally thrown down at the end of the play by DeMario Williams. But like you said, he's dangerous when he can scramble like that. It's 1st and 10 for the White at the 13. Need some points. Down by 10 midway through the second quarter. Crouch hands it off. This is Amon Green fighting his way inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 2nd and 4.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Couple of Omaha boys in this backfield with Crouch and Green.
It's amazing to think of all the great Nebraska-born players that have come through here. A lot of them in this game here today.
And look at that run by Amon Green to find the end zone. He broke several tackles on the edge and finds pay dirt from 7 yards out. This is a heck of a run.
Yeah, nice celebration at the end. You can do that in a spring game. Broke about 4 tackles, dove into the end zone.
That was an impressive run to pull the White to within 4. Can they get it to 3? The point after try is up and good, and it's a 13-10 game after this powerful run by number 30, Amon Green. So now the Red will get the football back.
See if they bring this one out of the end zone. Nope.
Thought about it. Burkhead maybe second guessing his decision to take the knee, but to the 25-yard line the ball goes for the Red. 7:09 to go, first half. 13-10 the Red. Frazier backpedaling, gets hit and dropped. A sack of Tommy Frazier. There again is the Sandman, amongst others, in there for that sack.
Loss of 12 yards, 2nd and 22. Playing from behind the chains, not good.
Mike Minder, the first to arrive on that scene, and then Sandman finished him off. Tommy now backed up deep. Little delay handoff to Abdullah. Mir fights for a short gain to the 20.
Got part of it back.
3rd and 15 now coming up. Mir still playing in the National Football League, member of the Minnesota Vikings squad.
He had so many memorable plays.
Sure did. Tommy rolling.
Throw it.
And finally goes down. Another good hit by Willie Harper. White now feeling it. Going to get the ball back. A chance to tie or take the lead if they get the football back to their offense.
Who do they have back there? A Jet? It's got to be the Jet.
Here's the kick. Sailing down the field. And up the field with it is DeJuan Gross.
A couple good ones to choose from on the White team.
Sure is. So here comes Crouch and that offense back out there. Good field position. Their own 44. 5:51 left in the half. Arian in motion. Eric with an empty set. Steps, throws, caught. Pulled in by Amon Green, fighting his way for a big gain down to the 30-yard line. This White offense getting their mojo back again. Dave Remington down to celebrate.
Empty backfield. Amon Green just runs a little crossing route.
Almost could have been a pick play maybe there. Matt Harrion was certainly setting up.
The officials aren't seeing the game very well today, Greg.
Offensive players will say it's a rub. Defensive players say it's a pick.
Yep.
Big difference. 1st and 10 at the 28. Handoff to Amon Green, who scored him the last time they had the football. Gets about 3 yards, 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Jacobson with 7 tackles already.
He's been all over the place. Former Outland Trophy winner. Larry's at a lot of Husker events throughout the year. Always good to see him. Here's Amon Green off the left side. Short gain. Wistrom. Rude. Get off the bottom of the pile. Sets up 3rd and 3. Big play here. And Amon a little slow to get up. Taking some shots from this big black shirt, red defense. 3rd and 3. Crouch under center. Back to throw. Throws, pass is caught. Nate Swift, first down at the 12-yard line.
Nice throw from Crouch. 3rd and 5, and they pick it up.
Nate Swift with a couple of big 3rd down catches in this game for the white squad. Getting late first half. Look at that total offense. Whites doubled up the red, but they're losing. And there's a bullet thrown to Matt Harrion for 6 points. What a throw. A 12-yard grab by Matt Harrion, and now the white does have the lead.
He threw it before Harrion even had his head around Greg, and Harrion was able to snag it out of the air for 6 points.
How about that? Alex Henry to try to add one more, and it's up and through the pipes. That makes it a 17-13 white lead. They have scored touchdowns on their last 2 drives to wipe out a 10-point deficit. All the momentum in this game right now with the white as they get ready to kick it away. And another need for Burkhead.
Touchback.
Look at this crowd, just monstrous again, supporting this program. All these sellouts back to 1962. Frazier under center. Gives it off to Burkhead, right side. He lowers his shoulder, and big collision on the edge. Short gain of the play.
That's good for a gain of 3 yards.
Mike Brown took the brunt of that hit from Burkhead. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. What a secondary for this white. The Browns, Minter, Tommy scrambling. Look out, 40, 50. Look at those wheels by 15, breaking tackle after tackle. Finally out of bounds. What a run by 15.
Well, he's been throwing it all over the yard, but that time he tucked it and ran up the sideline. Every time I see Tommy running down the field, breaking tackles, you got to think about the Miami and Florida games and all the great plays that he made and the national titles. I was in high school at the time, and those are the plays that really stick out to me, and I'm sure most fans out there.
Here's Rozier off the right side for 5. 2nd and 5. The Red trying to snatch the lead back here before halftime with 3:30 to go before intermission. What was the call? How many tackles can one man break? Tommy Frazier, 2 national championships in his Husker career. Turns, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, breaking some more tackles there inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. We said earlier, Matt, we wanted to see him run a little bit more. Now he is.
And the offenses are getting it going a little bit more. A lot of first downs, as you can see. And
defenses are probably getting tired.
Yeah.
Not subbing a lot in this game.
Nope. Same guys out there every play.
Yeah, that's tough. Tommy still on his feet. He finds the end zone, and Tommy Frazier gives the Red the lead back after that scramble from 15 yards out.
That didn't take long. Right down the field, Frazier leads the Red team, and they take the lead right back.
How about that? 5-play, 73-yard scoring drive in this one. And Chris Brown toes the extra point, and it's now a 20-17 lead for the Red with just under 3 minutes to go before halftime, but still time for the White to do something here before intermission. Red will kick it away. And bringing it out this time. And getting across the 20-yard line and stopped right there. So 21-yard line is where the White will start it. How much do they throw the football here to try to move it down the field? Crouch back to throw. Now scrambling. And gets a first down as he gets about 11 yards on the carry.
Think about some of the battles that would be happening up front in this game. I mean, it's just crazy to think about these offensive and defensive lines and the amount of talent that's there. It's nuts.
Here's Amon Green with a handoff. He gets a 6-yard gain. He's over 67 yards in this first half, including a touchdown. That was Wistrom's 5th tackle of the game.
Grant was always around the football.
Great players usually find their way to do that. There's another Amon Green. Not enough to get the chains moved. So 3rd and 1. We're about to go under 2 minutes left in this first half with the Red by 3. That was Barrett Root's 9th tackle of the half. That shouldn't surprise us for the all-time leading tackler in Husker football history. Short yardage situation here. Crouch going to throw it though on 3rd and 1. Flings it out in the flat for a first down as he fires a strike out there to Johnny Rogers, who likes to celebrate a little bit after that catch.
No. Can't imagine. I love it though. 3rd and 1. Nebraska drops back and throws it with this offensive line.
Somewhere Coach Osborne shaking his head. Here's a play action look and a pass over the middle for another first down as Nate Swift pulls in that one, takes a big shot that pops up. White moving in here with 1:30 to go. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Crouch again back, throws it down the field. Swift trying to fight along with Keo Craver, and it's an incomplete pass.
Almost picked off. Keo was one of the best athletes I ever played with here. Was crazy athletic, could run and jump, and obviously made the pros and was a really good player.
Nate Gary just lowers the boom on Eric Crouch. That's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. 25 just shot the gap that time. Nate Gary still a member of the Philadelphia Eagles in the National Football League. Playing that hybrid linebacker spot.
Yeah, you talk about a guy that's tough and can run.
Matt, they're going to call that a fumble.
Oh,
my
my
give the
goodness.
ball back to the Red, so that's a fumble forced by Gary. And so the Red gets it back up 3 with 1:20 in good field position.
Should have reviewed that one, Craig.
You know, I'd like to see it again. There's Tommy Frazier off the right side. He goes for 9. As Tommy's running the ball a lot more here in the later stages of this first half.
Trying to add to the lead before halftime.
2nd and 1. Turn, they hand it off to Amir, breaks the tackles, got a first down, slips through another man.
Oh boy.
What a run by 8, down or inside the 35-yard line.
3 or 4 broken tackles, and now they're thinking they could get in the end zone.
Put it at the 32-yard line. So another turnover for the White. They had the interception early, and now the fumble there. The 2nd turnover. Frazier throws. This ball pinballs around. It falls harmlessly to the turf. An incomplete pass. The 2nd down and 10. Tommy goes shotgun. Looks right, throws it left. And as a man open, Amir makes the catch down inside the 20. Knocked out of bounds after that play by Mike Minter. But look at Tommy's numbers. 14 of 19 in the half for 115 yards. Now with 53 seconds left in the red zone. The red team 1st and 10, trying to add to their 3-point advantage. It's an offset eye. Rozier, the deep back. Whistles blow. Flag on the play. False start on the red. That'll cost them 5.
Can't have that this stage. Trying to put points on the board before the half.
Time marches the football back between the 22 and 23-yard line. 2 wideouts right with a tight end in the slot.
Interesting motion.
Sure was. Looping around the tackle. Tommy back to throw. Guns wide open, making the catch inside the 5-yard line. Down to the 1-yard line is Bobby Newcomb. It's 1st and goal at the 2.
Bob Newcomb down inside the 5-yard line.
Under center's Frazier. Turns, hands it off to Mike Rozier. That's a touchdown for the Red, and they do increase their lead to 26-17.
Both turnovers. They turned into points the other direction.
Very costly.
Still 44 seconds to go.
True. Still some time if the White wants to do it. Here's Chris Brown with the point after try. It's up and good. And again, for the 2nd time in this game, it's a 10-point lead for the Red at 27-17. So some big plays. The Red defense forcing those turnovers have been huge here in the first half. Another kick into the end zone and a knee taken. And the White will come out, see what they want to do. They have all 3 timeouts left here with 44 seconds to go before halftime.
Air it out. Throw it down the field.
See what Crouch does. He goes shotgun on this look. Back to throw. Now scrambles. And a short gain. Brought down from behind. Crouch after a gain of just 3, 2nd and 7. That may make the decision, as Grant Wistrom was the one that pulled him down. They're not going to use a timeout, so they may be content just to get to the halftime locker room.
Thank goodness.
Crouch again in the gun. 2 wideouts left. Coming up at halftime, we'll hear from Tom Osborne. He's going to drop by the booth. Looking forward to chatting with Coach. Now the play clock and the game clock almost set at peace. The White may be discontent to say, let's just go to halftime. Well, they do snap it back. They'll do the final play of the half. Crouch scrambling to the 30 and then knocked down at the 39-yard line.
Did he just do the Heisman pose in the middle of that play?
He might.
I think he did.
He might have. That's a little much, isn't it?
I mean, that's taken it to another level.
All right, our halftime is coming up next.
What's up, Husker Nation? Rex Burkett here, and I want you to join me in my favorite spring game moment.
It is Jack Hoffman of Team Jack coming out on the field right now in this 4th down and short. Jack Hoffman, who's been adopted really by this football team, a young man who has battled brain cancer, is on the field right now for the Huskers.
One more snap for Taylor Martinez, too, who will hand it off to Jack.
So Taylor gets the shotgun set, gives it to Jack. Here he goes. He's got blockers out in front.
There he
Jack
goes.
is running to midfield. Listen to this crowd as Jack Hoffman, a young man that, as I mentioned, has really been adopted by this football team, just scored a touchdown.
Oh, wow. What a moment.
And both benches empty.
That was a moment right there. Wow, goosebumps.
Let's welcome in legendary head coach Tom Osborne with us. And Coach, you certainly were involved in an awful lot of spring games, both as an assistant coach and then as a head coach. Tell us how important were the spring games for your football team's success in the following fall?
Well, spring game is always very important for us because it was the culmination of spring football. And there was a time when we had 30 practices, and those were all in full pads. And then, of course, things got changed a little bit, more practices in sweat clothes, and I think they cut it down to 15. But the culmination of spring football was always a spring football game, and we thought it was always important to make it a real football game and had the crowd there. And because sometimes players perform pretty well in practice, but then the crowd makes a difference, and real game situations make a difference. And we always evaluated. Every practice was evaluated. And so the spring game was really critical because sometimes it came down to that last practice where we had 2 or 3 guys who had really performed almost equally throughout the spring at that given position. And it really serves as a springboard into the fall because how you ended up at the end of spring ball was pretty much going to indicate where you started out in fall camp. So anyway, we thought it was really critical, and it's a chance to certainly develop your individual skills, fundamentals, those kind of things. But it's an intense competition, and so we felt it was a great tool for us as coaches to see who could really play and who's going to be second and third on the depth chart. And I'm sorry that this particular year we had this interruption, and I know it will be a significant loss in some ways, and hopefully there'll be some way we can make this up, either with some added practices in fall camp or maybe sometime in June, because it is something that's really critical to the players and the coaches.
Coach, I want to flash back to the 1995 spring game. You had just won the national championship in 1994 with a football team that was so good on the ground. And yet in that spring game in 1995, you had a lot of quarterbacks to work through, and you came out and threw the football quite a bit in that spring game. Talk about that game, and why did you change the play calling some in that spring game?
Well, the spring game going into the 1995 season was especially important because we had two quarterbacks who played really key roles for us in previous seasons. Tommy Frazier had missed most of the 1994 season with blood clots that went the full length of his leg, and he came in and he played in the bowl game, the Orange Bowl game against Miami, and he and Brooke Beringer actually shared time in that game. But it wasn't Tommy's fault that he was hurt. He had been a starter before that, and Brooke had led us to 7 or 8 straight victories into that Orange Bowl game and played a key role in 1994. And then, of course, we had Matt Turman, who had also played against Kansas State and several other key games when Brooke Beringer got hurt. We had Ryan Held, who is currently the backfield coach here at the University of Nebraska. And Scott Frost was coming back and was going to be pretty much ineligible that year, but he played. So we had a lot of really key performance in there. And the one thing that was different was that during that spring game, the assistant coaches on either side primarily called the plays. So there's a lot of passing that went on in that game because, as you know, I was a guy who was kind of stuck in the past and just a guy that wanted to hand the ball off, run the option or whatever. And so we had a lot of passes. I think we had over 500 yards passing in that game. And, of course, subsequently that team averaged, I think, 400 yards a game rushing the next fall. But in the spring game, quite a bit of passing. And I think the coaches are really trying to get a look at a lot of players and make sure the quarterbacks had a chance to show what they could do throwing the ball as well as running it. So it was a very interesting 1995 spring game.
Let's now take a look and listen to some of the highlights of the 1995 spring game.
High pro set Husker, 2nd and 7. 34.5, snap to Beringer, rolls right, drops back to throw, goes long, he's got Gilman complete inside the 45, inside the 20, and he's dragged down inside the 15-yard line of the 14, and what a big play guy. 4th and goal for the Whites at the 3-yard line, between the 3 and the 2, and Frost on a play fake, boots right, throws the ball in the end zone, touchdown Nebraska, the Whites score first. On the other end of that pass from Scott Frost was Tim Carpenter. They're 12, left side hash, quick count, snap, and the play fake, and Tommy to throw long down the left sideline, got Clester Johnson deep double covered. It is complete inside the 45-yard line of the Whites at the 44. Snap to Tommy on 1st down, drops back off the play fake, goes long to Reggie Ball, double covered, complete inside the 10-yard line. He's down to the 6. Pro set. Flanker left, split end right. Beringer takes the ball, runs an option play. He's on the keep all the way, turns the quarter inside the 30 to 25. He's going to go for the touchdown. Brooke Beringer, touchdown from 36 yards out. On 2nd and goal from the 17 of the Reds. The snap, catches it on his hip, throws it out there complete to Washington at the 10. He's to the 5. Great move in there for the touchdown. Standing up, Riley Washington.
4 wide receivers. And he throws the ball. Got Reggie Ball gets about the 35, and he's going to score! 80-yard pass play.
I set 2 tight, split end right, Riley Washington, Joel Magavica and Sims in the backfield. Play fake to the tailback. Turman steps up to throw. Goes long, has a man deep. Riley Washington. Touchdown! Touchdown, Riley Washington! And a player's favorite, obviously, as well. Snap to Held. Reverses out. Option left side. On the carry. Pitches out to Knuckles. Got a block inside the 15, the 10, the 5. And he stretches and is hit down. Is short of the goal line. Inside the 1, short of the goal line. Brian Knuckles. Be under center as the Reds go for 2 ahead. 25 to 20. Takes the snap. Pitches the ball out to Knuckles, got a block, and this time gets into the end zone for 2, and it's 27-20. The Reds ahead by a touch and a PAT, if you will.
We have a split end to the left, and Scott fakes the handoff, and he's throwing deep to number 3, who caught it for 10, 5 touchdowns.
Good job.
How about that?
Riley Washington. Good job, Bill. And the amount of time he's had here this afternoon gives to his fullback, who busts inside the 5 and over the goal line, and it's Josh Cobb from Wallace, Nebraska. There's 1st of June. Underneath center is Wood Rivers Frost, and they gave it to the fullback, who broke it, may go for the touchdown. Todd Euler, 50-40, 35-30. No piano on his back. Todd Euler with a touchdown of 89 yards. We have Barry Switzer now in the play-by-play.
Oh, they're playing. They're wrapping it up. There's Frazier throwing. He can't throw. He's throwing. Now he's got Reggie Ball.
Coach, you look back at that 1995 team, and you had 27 players on that roster that ended up playing in the National Football League. But you had an incredible crop of young players as well, and because of the wide margin of scores in the 1995 season, those young players got to play an awful lot of football. How valuable was that for their development?
Well, in that 1995 spring game, Greg, we had a lot of guys who were not necessarily going to play as starters the next year, but they were on that second team. And a lot of those young guys that were sophomores that year played mostly the whole fourth quarter, most of those games in the 1995 season. And those guys also ended up being starters on the 1997 team. And also Scott Frost was one of those players who started on that 1997 team. So that experience getting in that spring game in 95, I think, carried over and was very important in 96 and 97. And so as a result, by the time they hit that senior year, that last year, they were really pretty seasoned players, and that was really important.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us. I know our fans always love hearing from you. We're glad you're doing well and always love catching up with you and your thoughts about Husker football.
Well, thank you, Greg, and I'd like to also thank the fans. You know, we've maintained that sellout streak since 1962, and you folks have been really critical and instrumental. You may not realize it, but when recruits come in, one of the things that really impresses them is that sold-out stadium and how long it's been sold out, and the fact that you are knowledgeable, that you're generally pretty good in terms of sportsmanship, and as a result, our fan base has been probably second to none. And so we just can't thank you enough for your loyalty and the fact that you've been so supportive over all of these years. Thanks again.
We welcome you back to halftime of our virtual spring game, brought to you by First National Bank. The Red leads it in a wild game, 27-17. Now it's my pleasure to welcome in Will Shields, a former Husker great, a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, as he leads everyone in the Healthy Husker Pledge.
Hey Husker Nation, I'm Will Shields. Thank you for joining us today for the first ever virtual Husker spring game. Please join me in taking the Healthy Husker Pledge. On my honor as a responsible Husker, I pledge to live a healthy lifestyle and to say no to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. I further pledge to treat others with respect and kindness. I have the courage to take a stand against bullying. I am strong enough to say no. Thank you, Husker Nation, and go